nsonyiwa naye ntuuse amakulu kutuuka how are you today? I missed yesterday's broadcast. Let me just open here so that we get more light. I missed yesterday's broadcast. Probably to the music transaction. So for the past 2 days, I had inspections that turned into sales. Someone comes for pre-purchase inspection, he ends up buying my car. So it has happened. Joshua, hi. Derek Lule, hi. Wabuyi Nelson, hi. Oli Mutia. Kanswile Muli steady. So the car I have right now has no radio. The radio is there, but it doesn't work. And sigeda kudambaraga moroka zange. Because we mbaraga moroka zange nange nkeme bwana nzibaguza. You know, sijja jibagamba. Just know I have another car now. The one I had the other day. Okay. Let me see. The car I had on Thursday was bought. So I bought a car on Thursday. It was also bought yesterday. No, the car I had on Thursday. The car I had on Thursday was bought on Friday. So on Friday, I bought another car. And I drove it on Friday. So I drove it to come home, actually. I didn't drive it to go anywhere. So I drove it Friday evening. Okay? I drove it and went to work on Saturday. I went to do inspections. I ended up selling the car yesterday. So yesterday, I still got another car. Nzimbya relationship. Tebagenda kuddamu kutya kuwola abantu bange. Bwe nkutwala yo ng'ogenze kwewola bajja kuwola. Tebaja kuba newoze ate nsasula newola yeno nenjisasula nenjimalayo nenzija yenda newole. My day has been very well, very good. Dennis Habat, Lucky Brint, how are you? Arthur Mavo, how are you? Mwesigwa Isaac, how are you? Serunjoji William, how are you? So today's broadcast is going to be short, 35 minutes, strictly ngenda boy dakika 35 kuba budde jagana okuoza moroka naye amasanyazi tegaliiko naye kangenda kuoza na mukono ngenda kuoza na mukono. First of all, I'd like to tell you guys, especially the guys that are, if you're buying cars from the bond, you're not buying new cars. Hi Vincent. Arthur, good evening, happy new year. Oloya Brian, happy new year to you too. It's not Kong's Vincent. I'm in debt, so there's no congratulations there. So anyway, but I'm experimenting. Fine, Joseph, how are you? I'm experimenting. Chembamanya, the cars that I've experimented with Zenzijemu Bondi, Vits, 2008, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2000 up above. Buy 1000cc engines. They're okay. It's called the 1KR engine. Eyogula, I've experimented it. Ngenda ze experimenting, by the way. Nze nabagama, nze moroka jenvuga nebonojja. Ate njikola malidadi. Njikola malidadi. Lwakube yegulo je batutena desi najikola malidadi. Because I had driven it not even for 24 hours. I had owned the car for like 10 hours. No, about 13 hours. And then it was taken. So, nabagamba, nze buli motoka jenyina, by the way motoka jenyina bojanga tuzokola pre-purchase inspection n'ogisima mpa ssente gwe kasito mpa ssente ne bwe mbandyeddeko emitwalo 5 ku ssente ze baginguza because sinza kwata motoka yange nenjikuwa buwi emotoka zino ziraba when a car is bought from the bond, there are things that he put, but sina nnyo kulyako amagoba twalunga 5 okitegeera andyeko akasente because mba ntaddemu effort yange to make sure that so anyway, I had a car on Thursday, which was bought on Friday, and I got another car on Friday, which was also bought yesterday. So I'm in another car. And these are the things that I've realized with cars. So come experimenting. Buy. But inspect those cars properly. Then, that's where I come in, by the way. You pay me pre-purchase inspection and... Hassan, 1000cc cars do long distances. In the personally, I live 35 kilometers from town. So on average, I do 90 kilometers a day. On days where we do pre-purchase inspection, after the 85 to 90 kilometers I do to come from my home and back home, I still do those like 100 kilometers that we do when we are looking for cars. Arthur, I have a friend with 15 million. Can he get a Sienta used locally? Yes, he can. He can get. He can. So anyway, 1000cc, I'm talking about the Vits. I've not tested the Paso, but I've tested the Vits. Hi Bridget Kakai, how are you? Saddam. Mva mujimu. By the way, guys, mbade mujimu nkoze Chris Fitness Ruburu. You guys know him, right? I've been in gym with him today. Tuva mujimu kwa tama gaya nkoze seza ulijo manyingi na mujimu ninkola. Gaya nkoze seza mwine kusaba glucose. Ngaya achage na mgamba mva konze nkoye. So, I came from gym. We tuba deyo mangu nemvayo. Then I came back home. Unfortunately, sanga masanze ngategali ko mbade nindaida ko masanze then no video broadcast ne butuka, so I decided let me just do the Joan emoroka yo bajiguze. Joan, let me tell you, your car was bought. You remember the car you wanted? It was bought. I got another car on that was Friday. That one was also bought yesterday. You get. So now hey Joan, it was bought, it's no longer there. Hey. Nabagamba, for me a car is a tool. Kastanzi jamwe zangi zentaddemu ngojagala gitwale. After compare the Paso Sete and Vits. I can't because I've not driven the Paso Sete. But the Paso Sete is definitely better than the Vits because the Paso Sete is 1.5 liters. And the Vits is 1 liter. So it will give you better performance. Also, the Paso Sete is replacement of the budget of the Spacio. And it has 7 seats. The Vits has only 5. Which take it. So the Paso Sete would beat the Vits any day. I would buy the Paso Sete if I had the money. Which take it. But ugamba Vits 1000cc teba na manyi. Echamuka engine chitufu. Dennis, let me tell you one thing. When you buy a Vits, drive it like a Vits. Don't buy a Vits and drive it like a Land Cruiser. Okay? Don't buy a Vits and drive it like a Land Cruiser. When you buy a Vits that is 1000cc, drive it like it's 1000. Guys, I'm a very fast driver, but I can tell you the Vits 1000cc has no problem. Even the old model has no problem, by the way. Just make sure you inspect the car. But guys, by the way, sometimes not marketing, but let me tell you why you guys should pay me for pre-purchase inspection. Yesterday, I was in a meeting with my OBs and OGs. I'm the chairman of the association. So I was in a meeting. After the meeting, one of my OBs called me. We were with that OB of mine here in November. Now, that OB of mine came here in November. We had to get together. Nangamba, I want to buy a car. So I'm charging that time I was charging 400,000. Nangamba, man, sente zonga nyingi. Nemugamba, obato zirina. Funayo makanika go wesiga keberere. So this guy went and bought a Raum old model. He did not even drive it for a month. He bought it 9 million, spent money trying to make it work better. He sold it 5 million. Kati, he saved 400,000. Ziyaitagala kuwa Arthur. Do you know how much he lost? He lost 4 million. Ngasiba zezi yakanikisa. You get what I'm saying? So you guys, while you're trying to save money for pre-purchase inspection, think about what is at stake. When you buy a bad car, the minimum you will lose will be about 2 million. But when you buy the right car with the Arthur, you don't lose money. Wachitegera chemba gamba. Karawumu old model ndabagamba mukaveko mukesonywe nebofune chikeme chikagura toka. Let me tell you one thing. You guys go with people to buy cars. Tebaba fako. That guy doesn't care. Gwe mugamba I want to buy a car njagala etambula ngakufunira etambula. Gwe mugamba njagala wishi ngakufunira wishi. Yetafayo. So, emitwala na mwetano gemba saba. That's very little money, by the way. Very little. But you don't have to give it to me. But I just shared that story because it happened to that friend of mine. Yangambe man natomera karawumu old modo. Nemubuza kateo chakalina. Because me I wanted to give him a solution. And normally guys, wogule moroke envundwe. ate topapa gitunda bana munebuze ko today mbadde ku shell wali eri offe Kawanda mbadde ku shell awo nensanga wo omukazi ng'agamba emmoroka emutame. She has a Vits 1.3 and you guys, I told you even the Vits 1.3 liters zirimu ebika waliwo 1.3 liters for Vits kuba bajja kuguza 1.3 liter Vits embi golowooza oguze bulungi. Now the 1.3 liter Vits 2SZ si nnungi yesinga mu katale bwogenda mu bondi zonna ezirina 1.3 liter Vits 1300cc zina Vits erimu 2SZ engine eyo okugula emmoroka eyo mbwoguze 1.3 aguze 1000cc akusinga nkibagamba wano. I don't care what the mechanics are going to tell you out of experience. Okugula 1300 ya 2SZ gulamu 1000 ya 1KR. Ontegera kyemba gamba. Emmoroka gye nyina Joan sigenda gigamba. I'm not going to talk about the car I have right now. Let you guys keep guessing. Okitegeera. You guys, let's see. Let me read these comments. Arthur, I'm so happy. I'm love with you, and I have been watching your videos after work. Well, I have just imported my car filter 2012, and it's 1.8 liter Valvematic. Very good. Ateka tije wa importing ze. Na yakazende campaign kali ateka shuna akola. Campaign kali. You give me, I eat it. Arthur, can the Vits travel Kampala to Arua every weekend for 2 years? Saddam. Like I've told you, Saddam, don't buy a Vits and want it to perform like a fielder. It won't. Don't buy a Vits and expect it to perform like a fielder. If you want the performance of a fielder, buy a fielder. In Zebadevga Vits, Rukumi every day, and I have no complaints about it. It's just that the cars that have more power give you more power. So if you want more power, buy more power. Me, I drive Vits. In the season ako buzibu. Any day I drive Vits. In the season ako buzibu. Okitegeera. Na ye mwabagala ogula Vits togeza n'ogenda n'ogula 1300 ngoloza no 2SZ muzireke. Because the engine that is 1.3 liter 2SZ, which they claim will give you the performance of a 1.3 liter car, doesn't give you that performance. Katugojja kulinnya akayingini oloze kachamuke. Nchibagambye temugamba Arthur yatugamba. And a little bit guidance cause is my first car. Kare Arafat in past sentence and that I want money. The urbans are going back to school. They need school fees. Hello Arthur, if I pay you for pre-purchase inspection and unfortunately you don't advise me to buy the car, does the money count if I also get another car for inspecting, or I still have to pay more? Now, Team Rock Nation, this is how pre-purchase inspection with Arthur works. You pay me 450,000. We sit down and I ask you, what car do you want? What budget do you want? If the money you have can't buy the car, I tell you, your money doesn't buy that car. Let's think of buying this car. Me, I tell you the options of cars that you should be buying. Okay? Now, if you refuse and you stick that you want that car with your money, yet I know that you can't get that car with your money, it's your fault. We go. We see the cars that are available. We can pick the best car of all the cars we've seen. We pick the cars. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. We pick the best among the cars with your budget. However, you can hit to the advice no gamba athongambi ne moroka yesinga mu sente zange, and you get. Now, if we inspect for 2 days nga tetufuna moroka yo, you start paying 150,000 every extra day. Because after day 2, it's totally your fault. Nabagambe kunako olwokubiri onyongera emitwalo 5 gya mafuta. Okitegeera. Okujja konga kunako olwasooka twakoloba half day ne ngamba kale tugatewo olunaku the day 2. Because some of you guys come in the afternoon, so we do that afternoon. Tomorrow morning we can see it, we can get a car definitely. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So Team Rock Nation, what happens with the inspection if you do with me is that if you have the right budget for the right car, you'll get a car. There is no qualms about it. So if I tell you that for you to get a good wish, have 17 to 18 million, and you come with 12 million, That's why wali omukyala yankubira essimu awe emabegako nangamba Arthur twagala wish ya milioni 10 ne mugamba nanga naye sente za inspection tuzire nga sente za inspection nazo zisigaze zigatteko oguleyo ekimotoka ekye milioni 10 ekitundu oleme kunneekwasa. You get what I'm saying? Because I know there is no wish at 10 million. If it's there, it's not good. It's going to make you suffer. So I hope you get me, Team Rock Nation. If you have the right budget, either when you call me and you want pre-purchase inspection, if you WhatsApp me, the first thing I'll do, you have there is an automatic message. You guys have seen it. Because there are guys that have been on this channel for like 2 years. Those guys I know. Either when there's a message, you get that automatic message from my WhatsApp, and it tells you pay 50,000 in consultation, which in actual sense you should be paying if you're contacting me privately. You tell me I am so and so. Okay? You also tell me what you want. Okay? Now, the reason why I charge you guys 50,000 is because you people have the habit of asking me questions. I give you the knowledge via WhatsApp. Mubudde bwange olumu nonkubira simu nombeza ku simu eddakiika 2 bw'omala n'ogenda n'ogula emmoroka n'abantu abalala. Nze gwayononera obudde ku simu ne ku WhatsApp ng'ate nkuwa n'obudde ku YouTube ne ku TikTok. Nze nga sina kyenfunye ate bali era ne bakutomeza. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. So normally when you WhatsApp me or you call me on the phone to ask me about cars, I'll ask you for 50,000 on my Airtel money. Why am I asking for that money? You're booking for a service in the future. As a matter of fact, the 50,000 doesn't just go to pre-purchase inspection. It can even go to a tracker. Because you can pay the 50,000 and you go buy your own car. Then you say, Arthur, put a tracker for me. And then instead of buying a tracker of 450, you just pay 400 because you already gave me 50. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to be fair to you, but also to myself. Because majority of the information I give you on YouTube, on TikTok is free. This is free information nobody else gives you. So if you come and want to talk to me in private, I want to get something in return. It's not evil. So Team Rock Nation, if you have the right budget for the right car, you will not fail to get a car. Okay? And I've told you the times you pay more. If we go on day 1 and we don't get a car, then day 2, you include 50,000 of fuel. Then, if we fail to get a car on day 2, it's your fault. It's not my fault. It's not the fault of the market. Toyinza kujja mu katale ngoze kugula nuwa ne milioni 12 olowooza nti onofuna emmoroka ennungi ate bw'ogenda ne Arthur sigenda kukiza genda na mmoroka mbi olw'okuba njagala tumale. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. Era the gentleman that came to buy the Primo last week, he accepted yakkiriza Arthur, I will give you an extra 150,000 for the 3rd day because it's my fault. Okitegeera? Now, if we search for 2 days and we don't get a car, it's your fault. You either don't have money for the car you want or you don't know what you want. Arthur, what car is that called? The Toyota Spade. I don't have my second phone here. I would search. I don't know the Toyota Spade. I know the Toyota Blade. I don't know. Togula motoka itama itali mukatali. Don't try to be unique. My number is in the description of this channel, Clark Rain. Ashraf Kabanda, hi. Devo King, Happy New Year. Joshua, wategede Vits. Ize mu Vits bumpomera kati buwomerwa. Winnie Muonge. Mutumba Pade, how are you, my brother? Sorry, notification ila yikateze buzi. Thank you, Ashraf, for reminding them. Guys, you're 57. Like the broadcast so that we have 57 likes. It's good for the algorithm. I have Subaru Forester. Want to sell it off. You can advertise here on Market Tuesday and tell people I have a Subaru Forester, this number plate, this color, I'm selling this amount, it's here. Nze bajja kumpeza inspection nzije tu inspecting. Ate tumala okuinspectana naye togana kumpa yakasenu ngamba Arthur o inspect nga baba jiguze tompa sente nga tebanna jigula bamala gula ne bakuwa sente. Ate if we come to inspect your car, don't put me aside. Nja kulekana ngabe una atwale ebbali. Arthur, Happy New Year. When should one change the gearbox oil? Jude, I know you drive a Rawum, right? Sigwe gotagula nayo Rawum mu bandi. Your gearbox should be automatic. You change the gearbox oil kale once a year if it's automatic. I'm not very sure, but I know it's automatic. If it's automatic, change the gearbox oil once, but you leave it. Jireke motoka twagula mpya tochusa mwesonyiwe tokwata ku gearbox jireke. Arthur, I recommended someone to you for pre-purchase inspection with you. He didn't and bought a Nissan Note UBG series. And 7 months later, the gearbox does not engage the reverse gear. You have to first push it back. Hey. Brian, thank you for first of all for recommending me, but I hope your friend learned a lesson. Whenever you want to save money, cheap things are very expensive, people. Cheap things are very expensive. Antu gujagamba afa yansabe mitwala na mwetano. Akangendele mi get a mechanic ansjeko 10. Mwe. Mamuroza mechanic bajajam. Me, I have a brand to protect. When you're going to do inspection with someone that has something to lose. Don't do inspection with someone that has nothing to lose. Mechanic ogenda mukolachi. Nebo nogenda no mukube ebikonde. Yajjagambe moroka twajigula na mugwata jikoze service nefa gearbox. You guys, cheap things are expensive. Now, you guys, you're spending 15 million. 15 million, probably you have saved it for a year, 6 months, or even more than 6 months, even more than a year. Or save is a million zo 15. When ozi kwata n'ogenda, ezo million 15, notagala zisamu insurance ye mitwala ana mu 5. Anyway, tuve mujagamba marketing my services. But guys, you can go with anyone to inspect for you. Arthur, enlighten us more on the new inspection price when it comes to inspection out of Kampala. Pablo Henry, out of Kampala, I charge you the normal inspection fee plus fuel. Gwatugulira lunch kuba out of Kampala is far. For example, the gentleman that bought one of my Vits, nakavuga Vits satu in the last 3 months. In the last 3 months, I've driven 3 Vits. The first Vits, the gentleman that bought it twagenda naye Masaka. Yatuwe mitwalo nkaga mwejo 650. Yatuwe mitwalo ana mwetano aga inspection natuwa ne mitwalo 2. Washtegera. Tetwagula amafuta because twagendera mu Nuwa je twakagula kwolo. That day we bought a Nuwa from the bond. Not from the bond, from the Chibanda. It was a UBA. So the gentleman that bought that Nuwa he lives in Masaka. So we went with him to Masaka in his Nuwa. So he got us to the car. We inspected it. Then we took taxi. Na tukomya ku taxi ntunya taxi paka Kampala. Uyo mami yatuwe mitwalo nkaga mwemeka to take us to Masaka. Then nitubira wenda ku bidding atana nagula. Then eventually he said, why don't you give me? Nemugamba ampa senti maka akasoka. Then I went to the one I had that Joan showed interest in. Then that one was bought on Friday. Then I got another one on Friday, which was actually the only good one, 1.3 liters. When you're buying a 1.3 liter Vits, buy the one that has a 2NZ engine. Manyize mbawa information yowerere. Mwanje munimpa. Mwali tutenga ku KFC. The Vits I had that was taken yesterday has a 1.3 liter engine. The 2NZ engine. It's the only engine you should buy in 1.3 liter cars in Toyota. Bogula simanya 2SZ, simanya buyingi chobo bula baita buluku tobugula. The only 1.3 liter engine you should buy should be the 2NZ. If you can't get a 2NZ 1.3 liter, buy a 1.5 liter 1NZ. 2SZ will make you suffer. I'm telling you. Arthur, is the Vits worth it over the normal? The Vits RS? It depends on how much they are selling it to you. I can tell you that the 1.3 liter Vits, which is the RS, it's not really the RS. Just know they just name it RS. Just say 1.3 liter. It's just that which you can put if you want. Just don't buy it too over the price. However, after driving the 1.3 liter engine, najivuze for like 10 hours. I drove it back home. I drove it to work. We drove it to inspection, and then I sold it. 1.3 liter Vits have good performance. Don't buy the 2SZ engine, people. Togenda gwe muboni ngononya 300 ne bakuguza 2SZ. Zezi singamu. Ekugula 2SZ 300 ya 2SZ at least gula mu 10 ya 1KR. I'm telling you this. Sagara mugende mugambe tetwamanya. After how much can one hire a Vits 1000cc for a month? Normal fee. I think it will be between 100 and 150. Joseph Bali Kudembe. After without the buyer's presence, you can't get a car for him. I can, but I don't recommend it. Why? I want you to be there we see me the motokayo. I prefer that you're there, but I've bought like 2 cars without the presence of the people that wanted to buy them. I bought a car with one of us here. And then the wife was there. The wife inspected. Actually, two people, their wives came. Nibalonde motoka, nituzigula. Then one bonan omu namwa driver na mutwala paka waka. Omulala yajane driver awe. So I've inspected two vehicles for people that were not there, but the wives were there. So the wives liked the car. Because liking the car doesn't mean that the car is the best. No. You can just look at the car and like it. You get it? You can just look at the car and like it. So normally why I don't like to buy a car for you when you're not there is because I may buy a car and you don't like it. Now, if someone doesn't like the car, they can drive it for 100 meters and the tire loses pressure. And they say, I did not like this car. Now see the tire. The tire is a very small problem, but to them at that moment, the tire will be a very big problem. So I'm going to share pictures of the 3 Vits that I've driven so far. I'm never going to share a Vits when I'm driving it. I'm never going to share the pictures of a Vits when I'm driving it. I'll only be sharing pictures of a Vits that I've sold if I sell it. Okay? Now, I've so far given away 3 Vits. They have all been taken by my followers. I'll share the pictures so that you see. 2 were 1,000 liters. 1 was 1.3 liter. Okay? Hi, Arthur. Can I get a Musota at 5 million? Yes, you can get the old model, the one that has the engine. It's very bad with consumption. Don't buy it. For you to get a good Musota, have about 9 million. You can spend. You may find that you spend less, but I would recommend that you have about 9 million. Get out. Arthur, how much can a good Corolla with a working SC, good engine, gearbox, and interior? Saddam, I have about 15 million because Corollas are 1.5 liters. They are not very common. You can get at 13, but I doubt the AC will be working. But have between 13 to 15 million to get a good Corolla. Good evening, sir. Kindly recommend which type of car I can buy for village roads. I want SUV. How much? Buy a RAV4 or Kluger or RAV4 Kruger. R4 Kruger. What else? Because the Kaundo is a good car, but it's not strong. RAV4 Kruger. What other SUVs there? Those two, okay. I'm on the way, sir. I need a Spacio or Sienta. I have 24 million. You come. We go buy a car. Sanji Phone Solutions. Come, we go buy. Mr. Arthur, where is the Vits? Vits Vajiguze. The picture that is on this broadcast is of the Vits that was bought yesterday. And by the way, the circumstances that were with that Vits, the one that was bought yesterday, are like this. This gentleman wanted to buy a Wish. He had a budget of 33 million. Then nemugamba ne lwaki tonjagaliza n'ogula akamotoka kano. Okitegeera. N'akagula kabikumbisa tebulabika nno. N'akagula $1,200,000 munya n'emitwalo 35. Kwezo sente nabaddeko ne n'amagoba ga mitwalo ameka 5. Nabaddeko n'amagoba ga mitwalo 5. So he bought it at 24. Now, the reason why he bought it 24.35 is because I put in a tracker for him. I paid half the money for the alarm. Bine ebintu byonna benda bitukola muruka nga tuziguze kukuba libiti, kulamba matala, kuteka mbudo okupa side mirror, tint, all those things were done already. Uchitegeera. And I kind of missed the car. Kabade kaduka. Mwe. Vits 1.3 liter that has a 2NZ engine, You guy, omwana wa RAV4 biribina yangobye. Muvitize eri 3 nanvaako. Ngavuga RAV4 ya 12. Mwe, manye motoka. Katsija na gamba nti vitizi yabadde dduka. Nenga kaina amanyi ka vitizi 13 dabagambe newe ba 13 togula 2SZ. Okitegeera nkiddamu togula 2SZ. Bwoba ogula 13 ya Vits gula 1NZ. Nkimaze ekyo sagana kukiddamu nkyogedde emirundi miyitirivu. Hi Edmond Bwambale. Nathan, how are you? Serunjoji Matthias. Arthur, you don't show your Vits. Yeah, I'm going to show you the ones I've already sold. I'm going to have 3 different posts. 3 different posts. Yeah. The first Vits I sold, the second Vits, and then the one I sold yesterday. Hey. Hi, Chris Fitness. Bada Chris Fitness mu gym nga tuchikuba. Ankozeseza. Ombi negusaba bagita glucose. Nathan, we are 61 likes in tono nyobana tuli msavu munana. You guys, you're 78. Sigenda kuddamu kwogera paka nga mulaikinze broadcast. Find the like eri wano walika X somewhere here. Nyigaka X like egenda kujja oba wano wansi oba wano. Kati nsirise ngenze mu lusirika. Ngenze muli 75 kati abamu badduseko olwokuba mbagambe ngenda kusirika. Ene moroka je nina fe na radio nali badde ntikako music. Radio mweri na yenfu. Bintu bya bo. Era kyobula mbagamba naye wogenda mu bondi mboguze moroka ogenze gula moroka mbwe eri perfect. Ojja kutomera. Kuba kati weewunya I'm going to spend money in putting a radio immediately. Kube zange tezinnajja. Kira bikuliya ziteeka ku mail. So I have to put a radio immediately. Kuba batabani bantimanzi abeera mu moroka etali mu music. I have to put a radio. Chechira karimoti baka kagundi ka aerial kali bakabba nyenzo okulaba cabin air filter akasanikira kabuka cabin air filter bakabba emoroka za bond nazo zigenda mu sente. Chobora nti sometimes the cars outside the bond are more expensive than the ones in the bond because uli abata demo extras. Would you recommend one to use a 1000cc to Kampala from Masakambara once in a while? Yes, Hassan, that car can handle. I'm telling you, the only problem is it would be if you drive it like you're driving a fielder. If you buy a 1000cc car, drive it like it's 1000cc. After you bought a Vits, nze Brian nabagamba nze Vits kati ngenda kufiira mu ngenda vuga bu Vits paka ngenda bumalayo paka bwe natuka ngavuga Vits 214 ye milioni 35. Hiring a Harrier for 2 months now. How much? Anti kati Harrier, people that hire cars will hire you every day. Okay, they will hire you every day 150. So we bobala mu emyezi 3 buli mwezi bala around that's how much. Kati ayinza okuwa emitwalo 10 engeri gyo hiring for 3 months. So that's 3 million. That's around 9 million. Kati lwaki ezo million mwenda Edmond tozikwata n'ogatako million endala nga nya n'ogula akamotoka bw'ogenda n'okaleka ne kakola Uber oba n'okwata ezo million mwenda n'ogula the problem is you would want a comfortable car. This is what I would advise Edmond. Now, for the guys that don't know, Edmond wants to hire a Harrier for 2 months. The million mukaga. This is what I would advise Edmond. Kwatagana n'omuntu ayagala ogula emmotoka. Okay? Mugende mu bondi mujje emmotoka gw'omwezo million mukagaze agateko sente. Bwakatugeza omuntu alina million nga 15. Gogateke million mu million 5 obo savings nga atovuze emmotoka mpya. Kwata million 5 zimuwe agateke million zewe wa 15 oba mulabe emmotoka kije musobola okugula. Mugule emmotoka mu bondi gwe bw'ogenda ogimulekere. That is a very hard thing to do, to find. Chizibu cha kusanga na ebo chiba chitere. You guys write an MOU. Mogamba, we are going to buy a car together, but Edmond will use it from this date to this date, after which it will become mine. Gwe bajize moroka. Ne moroka ebere manyago. Gisasure jimaleyo. Ojuwe Edmond for 2 months. Ajivuge emyezi 2. Ochitegera. Bwamala ajikudize. Now obo savings. Now that's something I would do personally. But I don't know if there's anyone else that the Matthew one katingata nye chibaro. Good evening, Jerome. Susan Namazi, how are you? Chigozi Stanley. I'm also late for the broadcast now. Yeah, thanks for the show. Amina. So Arthur, you have a heavy foot. Hey, Isaac anziruka. Mbadde nziruka ka vitizizi. Ate ola mbadde nziruka ka 10. Kati nakuteka 10 mu bisatu. Wow. Zwi. Omwana wa biribina yango bye nanvaako buvi. Well, Arthur, I come for good tracker security for my car. Then we will talk more when we meet, because I also want to collect money for a land in Matuga. Just advice, because I know you're okay, whatever that is. No problem. Jang tekemo tracker. Stanley, tulimu Vits. Herbert, how much is a Vertiga Mark X going for in the bond? 2007. 2007 tajja kubayo mu bond. kati mu bondi waliyo 28 ate nazo zine mukugwayo wagenda tandika kubeera 29. Good evening Abe. Habat, best case I don't know, I have to mu bondi teri yoyo. But I'll ask for you what Mark X is there. What's the oldest Mark X that can be there? Of course, the newer the Mark X, the better. Because the new Mark X's don't even consume fuel. After which budget is good for elf? Mubondi bangambo obiri mu million nkaga nsanvu. So I don't know how much it will cost you if you're going to buy it from someone. Hi, Patrick, cancel Patrick Asiku. Mark X Valmateri yo Nathan, Teddy yo. After if I sold my IST at a minimum of 32, what else can I buy below? What number is your IST, Gideon? Because in the bond, the ISTs are at 35. So it's very hard. But anyway, if you have a buyer at your budget of 28, you can buy Paso Sete. You can buy Paso Sete. You can buy Ractis. You can buy Sienta. You can buy Auris. Auris in 30s. The Auris looks really nice, but below 28, you can get Exiga. I don't know if you can still get the Impreza, but I'm thinking you can get like 2010 Impreza. Nathan, Mark X empiate zinywa. Kebere 2010 ebatenywa. Arthur, tell me the difference between Primo big and Primo small. What do you mean big and small? May I find that all Primos are the same? So not Primo, they did. But I dachikambuza yo satumba sibuli. Gideon UBM tojafuna nze mkurabo kwa tojafuna million ya satu mubili. Because bwebanga imoro kakati negendo kubera ku UBQ engena bena million ya satu mutano. It's very hard for someone to give you 32 ku yiye nkadde. But nkugambe zogenda ofuna 28 na yego chobo okura bofuna gonyangaraza no muguza asatu mubili muguze oduke. There is a gentleman, he's my friend, he has the new was mugongo gwamba, it's on UAP. Oh, abantu babaji. He told me someone gave him 17 million in Bunazi Ghana. Now musekereda, how that old new someone gives you 17 million, you would get the money and even run away. When it comes to get this money back, you pretend this is a good day. Bana eba member tugule markets atha you get day naye mugula ziri empya they tezina ate nezine kadina sezinyo nyuchi dia kubanzi sijazigula nzagala naye njavuga nga mzaba kwano bangi era muzigule nange mvugemu. Antonio atogambe good morning oba joli edise morning feno wafe budde buli mukuziba njagala nabasiibula kubanga njagala kuoza moro kango obudde bukyali chaba abani waino gendo okusoma. Anyway guys, kamba sibule. So just know on Friday I sold the Vits that belong to me. On Saturday I sold the Vits that belong to me. Eyo ku Friday safu nako ya denno ne 10. Safu nako ya denne 10. Eyeguro omuntu yagiguze ku machabo yankubide simye yangambye when we buy a car he's going to take me for KFC. Tetwaguze muroka million na 3 ngabo yabadde agamba. Ne muguze yange kwa 2 na afise milioni 89. Chokana we yazifisiza na agano kutugulira KFC. Can you imagine? Good evening Arthur. Compare Mark X and Subaru Legacy 2010 fuel economy. Mark X beats the Subaru any day. I'm telling you. The only thing that is Subaru Legacy is about all wheel. Yeah. First podcast. Actually, I recorded the podcast name now, but they're busy. So I'm editing. Right now I'm in editing. I'm going to post it probably. In China, nako pre-purchase inspection. Ku Plato Street open day tomorrow. So tomorrow is full. But the timeline is already set. Just in nakusala sala. Nyizo kufuna editor na jana salira muko. Then wasa editor wa jana sala I will upload probably tomorrow evening. I just need to get an editor sali. Nadengezako kwesayira but I don't have the time. So I'm going to get an editor just sale episode ya and then Dr. Ranga will come later on. I will have to invite him. How much would the Mark X 2010 go for? I don't know. I'm going to ask for you because mbade sinafuna muntu ali interested in the Mark X. Kale kamba si ule bantu bange. Joshua Mgarasi, Derek Lulay, Waboye Nelson, Lucky Brint, Habart. By the way, inakumpa mini mja pre-purchase inspection but abani bange banywa amata. I do pre-purchase inspection. I come with the mechanic to charging him to anamwe meka. Anamwe etano joka. We get you a good car at a good price. Yeah. But we are not a monopoly. You can use someone else to kind of like to do the inspection for you. Arthur Mavo, Habart, Serunjoji, William, Mwesigwa, Isaac, Dennis 12, Wakula Vincent, Oloya Brian, Henry K, Joseph Balikudembe, Emmanuel Kabale, Kawese Osama Hassan, Oloya Brian, Bridget Kakai, Musema Saddam, Aloyo Joan Jojo, Dennis 12, Arafat Chisomose, Team Rock Nation, Onyango Dance, Clark Raim, Ashraf Kavanda, Devo King, Winnie Mwonge, Pade Mutumba, Pablo Henry, Isaac Orute, Jude Kasibante, Oloya Brian, Mwesigwa Isaac, Hyben George, Annette Family Farm, Sanji Phone Solution, Nathan, Chris Fitness Ruburwa, Jerome Myombia Mark, Molinde Mark, Bukenya Abi, Council Patrick Asiku, Nathan, Gideon Viri, Kenneth Best, OSP, Antonio, Lugumia Tony, Devo King, Deus Chino, Twi No Mugisha, Hami Pepera, Joan Tiaguda, Joan tujamufunire moroka. Tujamufunire moroka. Bana imujja tunonye moroka tugule moroka guno mwaka. Bobo ine moroka emogenda gule yokubiri. Guno mwaka golo ya ku upgradinga ataina moroka gule moroka. Bobo ine moroka esoko ino gule yokubiri. Gwe mwaka gwe tulimu. Gerald Sonko, Frank S. Jenamu habari mukamoli. I don't take your presence for granted. The guys that are watching this broadcast later on in the year, over today evening, over tomorrow, I don't take it for granted. Tomorrow, Twina broadcast very early in the morning, 7:15 a.m. Jakuba live na yo. Yeah. Arthur, thanks for the program. Watching from Abu Dhabi. Amina Samuel. I wish you luck, yo. Manye mugenda mukunganyo musimbi atene mujja. Aine mumpeza pre-purchase inspection, ne mungulako tracker, ne mungulako alarm, kati pre-purchase inspection tracker alarm kwa gani mugenda ogenda okunvaako ngondekedde emitwalo 45 35 jiri 5 kinana kugamba ogenda okunvaako ngondekedde milioni y'esente. I would like to encourage you guys, a million mujirete kubanga bompe milioni y'esente ebe esukkamu. By the way, ebe esukkamu. The phone is overheating, guys. Kamba seriously. And a Samsung. The Samsung is overheating. Very soon it's going to turn off the apps. But I wish you a very lovely evening, guys. Nathan, tuagala the trackers a sim because we want to see where our kids go. But tracker a sim is you use Google Maps. Google Maps can give you access to someone's location. Which they get. Mr. Arthur, are you fixed? I don't know what you mean, Pade. When it's even, but guys, kamba sibule. Ebibuze bisigadde mu bimbuze tomorrow morning. Tejja ku exploding. But guys, bye. May God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Ciao.